Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another fun night of Mouse Quiz Trivia. We've got a special guest tonight. I want to welcome Tom from Welcome Home Podcast. So let me come back in here and add Tom to the screen. How you doing tonight, Tom?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing, Chad?
Doing good. Hey, man, I'm rocking the Welcome Home hat for you guys.
I appreciate the promotion here. I got the shirt. I got the hat. I'm hanging out at the boardwalk, you know.
Yeah, I get you. I even have my Welcome Home pin here, okay?
Special edition
in the package to make Damon happy. Okay, we're
There you
not
go.
opening it, right? It's staying in
I
the
should have
package.
sent you two. Because that's what Damon does. He's got one that he opens.
You should have sent me two. You should have. So
My bad.
So yeah, Glenn. I'm completely rocking the Welcome Home hat tonight. Trying to cheer these guys on and give them a little self-confidence to see if they can take on the Geeks and the Crushers tonight. Because
I don't know. Our fans talk a big game, so we have to see. And I think Damon and Trevor from my show are going to join tonight too. So I think they're going to try to play.
Oh, gotcha. Did you send them the link? They're welcome to pop into the stream. So
listen, you know, I don't know if they want to pop into the stream. They definitely want to play though. That's for sure.
Okay. Well, they're welcome to pop into the stream if they want to. So,
all right.
And let's just see. So Vicky's tuning in tonight, and Vicky's Vicky and the rest of the Mouse Quiz Trivia team's taking the night off. Okay. I wrote all the questions tonight, so I'll own up to all of them. And if they're bad, it's on me. Okay. But I wanted to give them a night off because they've been working hard. And then I really wanted to take Trevor to task on his make the questions a little bit harder. So I did kick him up a little bit. The first two rounds are pretty easy. Okay. Then you get into round 3 and round 4, and we're going to kick the difficulty up a little bit there. And so just so everybody knows as well, round 3 and round 4 is worth 300 points for round 3, a question, and 400 for round 4. Okay. So if people miss this first round, not that big a deal. You can still catch up with it if you really play well in the later half of the game. So
It's good to know.
Yeah, that is good to know.
The stakes increase as the game goes on.
The stakes definitely increase. So Gina, let's go ahead and throw up there you go. She reads my mind. I'm telling you.
She's on top of it.
Yeah, and poor Gina, she never gets a night off. She's like me. No rest for the wicked, I guess, right? But anyways, if you're tuning in for the first time tonight, go ahead and pull up a smartphone and then go over to crowd.live in any browser and then /resorts. Or you can just go to crowd.live and it'll ask you to type in the word resorts. And that's what we'll be using here tonight to come back in and play the game. So the way this works is you'll see the questions on our screen here, but really our screen here is kind of secondary because the questions and the answers will also come up on your smartphone, and that's what you answer on. And they're timed questions, and it's just kind of like the pub style trivia. The point amount reduces over time. So we work really hard to write clear speed read questions that you can somewhat come back in and blow through to get to the answer. And so we've got quite a little podcast competition going here tonight. So I see a bunch of the geeks are showing up in full force. Okay. And see here, Glenn is like
where's my people?
Yeah, he's one of the leaders of the geeks. Okay.
And look at that. Giving us some love. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, we're a Disney podcast family. We don't believe in competition here. We just talk a little trash on trivia night. That's it, right?
Glenn, you're not playing on my team. You're playing on the Geeks team. Is that what's happening?
He's like hardcore geek, man. He is hardcore geek. So he is geek through and through, right?
Harsh.
So, but we've got Yuli chiming in tonight, and she's saying, "Let's go Crushers." And Scott's saying, "Let's go Crushers." Marianne says hi. So she's playing tonight. And Danielle is back. And Dan Harding.
Oh, Dan.
It's the first time playing for the homies, okay?
Although he said on my Facebook group that he's not very good at trivia, so I don't know if I really want him on the team. I don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, Tom, if they sign up, they count in your average. So That's how the podcast one goes. It's the average number of questions you get right. Okay.
I have faith in you, Dan. I have faith. I got faith.
Yep. So playing for teams, it's the average number of questions you get right. Playing for individuals, it's the total number of points. Okay. So if you're playing for team, you can take your time and answer. If you're playing to beat the overall individual, you want to go for speed. Okay. And then, so welcome Mercedes.
First timer. All right.
Yeah. And welcome Mary as well. First timer. We've got some new people playing tonight. And Shannon says she's excited to see how hard the questions will be. And well, I think if you watched Imagineering Story, you'll get quite a bit of them. Okay. Because that's
I've watched it through 3 times already, Chad. 3 times. I've watched it all the way through.
Okay. Okay, Tom. Well,
all right.
You just raised the bar for yourself there, buddy. Okay.
I'm not saying I remembered all of it, but I definitely watched it all. I know. Right. I remember some of it.
Oh.
Damon.
Yeah, hopefully Damon's chiming in tonight and uses a screen name that we can see. Okay.
I want to know why he's saying Damon. Is he saying he wishes Damon was talking on here instead of me, or he's just saying that Damon needs to be doing this? I don't know. What's I need some context, David and Molly, whichever one it is.
Yep. And Katie's playing tonight too. Katie is Marianne's daughter, and she's really, really sharp. Victoria's giving a shout out to the team welcome homies.
Woo! Sorry, man, Victoria.
The homies are here tonight. Okay. Casey's
all
here.
Right.
Then. And
I'm loving this.
Dan saying it's past his bedtime. So yep.
It's past Damon's bedtime too. It's okay.
Yep. And that is Tom right there. If you've never got to see him on a live stream before.
I am.
And then Yulia is saying thanks for the explanation on that. And
you know, it's funny, Chad. We had a listener write in one time before we used to do the live stuff here, and they said that they thought that I was blonde and clean shaven, and I was like, yeah, that's not correct. That's what their picture in their mind was of me.
Well, it is a little bit lighter hair. Okay,
it's red. It's reddish. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's lighter, right? Right.
At least I'm not a puppet. Okay. At least I'm not a puppet.
Yep. So we're at about 8 minutes in. Let me see how many people. We've got 80 live viewers right now, and 61 people so far are logged into the trivia engine. So we'll give them another minute or two here. And so I can do a little bit of explanation on this first set of videos here. And let me just look through the questions. And yeah, some DVC resorts that are on here, probably a little heavy on that, given the welcome homies and, the My DVC Points team. So I wonder how many of them will log in for us tonight. Well, all of them should, because they didn't write any of the questions. So go team, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So definitely there. And
I hope my guys are here. I don't even know if Damon and Trevor are here or not. They should be.
Yeah, hopefully they are. We'll
see. We'll find out.
We'll see whenever they come back in to put up the scores there, right? And then they're asking what the site is, and if you just look down at the bottom of the stream, at the very, very, very bottom, it says crowd.live/resorts. And then, you know what? I need to log on. I'm not logged on either.
Well, you got to get yourself on there. You got to represent your team, Chad.
Well, I play free agent. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't answer the questions. It wouldn't be fair. Okay.
Oh, well, that's a good point, because you did write them, so you can't really answer them.
Yeah. And occasionally I think I'm dragging my feet on it and everybody bombs them and I'm playing along, and then I pop up to the top because I at least answer them right. But I give everybody a head start, and so it doesn't look good. So, but I do play along just to make sure everything's working and everything's along those lines. So coming back in now, we got up to 68 people, and I'm one of them. And so, and this has got to be Damon, right?
Where
Yeah.
That's 100% Damon. No.
Yeah, Damon, you got to give people time to log in, right? And
I like that he's using my show account to do this. That's really
yeah, absolutely, right? And then doc member team. I don't understand that question, but yeah, we're right there with you, right? And Damon is restless. Well, given that Damon is restless, okay, and we've given everybody multiple opportunities to log into crowd.live/resorts, I'm going to go ahead and kick this thing off. And so let me come back in and throw up the screen share and then cue the music. And it'll kick off in about 15 seconds. Gina, if you could kill those, that'd be great. All right. Well, let's come back over here. Kill the music. So what'd you guys think of that round? Tom,
I
how'd
did
you
very
do?
poorly. I did very poorly. I'm not fast enough.
What'd you mess up on? So
so many things. So many things. I messed up. Oh gosh, all of them. I mean,
Gotcha.
let's see. I got the question 8 wrong. I didn't know the bus stop that has the slide, the bathrooms, restaurant, and bar. The funny thing is, the last time I stayed at Saratoga, I was at the grandstand. So, you think I would have remembered that, but I didn't.
They don't have a slide, and then Miller Pond doesn't have the Turtle Pond doesn't have a slide either. But they've got the rest of it. The slide was
so I saved the grandstand last time.
Yep.
Yeah, I saved the grandstand, and then I forgot about the pad. Yeah, it's just
got it. Well,
I didn't do that bad.
Congratulations here. So, congratulations to Amy, Micah, and Mary Ann. And so Mary Ann missed one as well. I'm going to have to figure out what's up with that. So, let's come back in and see how people did real quick here. And then we can see if there's any comments as well. But just looking at this, we nailed Jumbo. Okay. We covered the paddock as the only one with a slide there. And
that was a tough one.
Yep, that one was a tough one. And Mickey and Minnie technically do go on vacation to Alani. That's their vacation spot. The story is they're on vacation with you there. All 3 of those resorts have a Mickey-shaped pool, except for Boardwalk, and we did pretty good on that one. And then you can get pork nachos at the Oleo room at Alani, but it's not in WDW.
Trick question.
Yep. The Geeks should have nailed that one because pork nachos are legendary on their podcast.
Okay.
And Stormalong Bay, we did pretty good on that one. And Stormalong K got quite a few ones. And then Grand Flow won. That one did pretty well. And Ariel is right outside the entrance to Beach Club there. And
see, I never stayed at Beach Club, so I didn't know.
Ah, okay.
Terrible. I know.
You see her in a lot of pictures there. Yep.
That's true. Yeah.
And then Peter Dominic designed all 3 of the bottom ones here. Animal Kingdom, he did Kanani too. Wilderness Lodge and Grand California. And that's why they all have like a similar look and feel to them. But he did not do Grand Flow. Then we did pretty well in Sassagoula.
Lobbies.
So.
Yep. All the best lobbies.
So. The theme park, Marianne, was designed by Joe Rohde. So the resort was primarily done by the architect. So, okay. And
I'm sure Joe Rohde had some input in there, though.
Freaking Stormalong K. Yeah, that's one of those fun ones where we get you on that every now and then.
Tricky wording. So, the tricky wording.
Yeah, tricky wording. And tricky wording there. So, Glenn says some deep cuts in there already. Very worried about round 4.
That's tough.
Yeah. So
well, Glenn's not playing for my team anyway. So get all the questions you want wrong. Right? Yeah,
there you
get them all wrong,
right?
Glenn.
And then Marianne saying paddock baby, and then Mandy Ray was saying she didn't think of the Beach Club pool, right? And paddock as a bus stop. It's a section. It's also a bus stop. So okay,
it's both.
Yeah. It's both. Well, I think that pretty well wraps up that round. Okay. And so we should all be warped over to the next round. And if your phone didn't warp over automatically, which it should have, you can just go to crowd.live/transit. Or if you're just now joining the show, crowd.live/transit. And these questions, there's some humdingers in here, right? And I'm telling you, one of them, I think one of them's 250 points. So you might want to take your time on that one. But
I feel like this is going to be my round, Chad. This is going to be my round.
This is going to be your round. It could be. Because
I love transportation.
It could be. Well, I'll tell you guys what. Let's go ahead and kick this round off and see how it goes. And Damon, okay. You guys were able to vote on what you wanted, and nobody put a comment in on that post saying Disney cartoons round. Okay. I would have totally researched it and wrote them. Okay. But that's not what the Welcome Homies voted on. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this round started here. And let me come back in my experiences. Round 2, transportation. I'll start to turn that on and we'll get this thing going. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right. Well, congratulations to Megan, Jen Batch, and D Money. Tom, you were hanging tight in there right at the beginning, man.
I told you this was going to be my round, man. I was second for most of that game, and then I got the stupid monorail question wrong, and the colors that were retired, I had one of them, and I got the other one wrong, and that just killed me. It just killed me. And then I thought there were only 10 questions, so I put my phone down, and for that last question, I just quickly hit one.
Okay.
So
okay.
It's okay. I'll take 4. What is it? What did I end up with? 10th? I end up in 10th. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my defense, Trevor said he wanted harder questions, so we did write him a little bit harder. The monorail one was actually one I had to research. And do you know the story on that one?
On pink or on it's pink and purple, right?
Yep.
Or was it peach and purple? Yes, pink and purple.
purple.
Well, one of them, didn't they retire after they had the accident with one of them, I believe, or no?
Yeah, it was both of them. They hit each other.
That's right.
And so that's when they retired those two deals. And then they kind of like pieced them back together. And I think they made teal and peach, I think, is the replacement ones that they made out of piecing them back together. Right. So I thought that was an interesting bit of trivia there. Let's come back in and look at the result summary. I was a little shocked on one of them. And the one that, let's see, just coming back in and throwing this up here. The results summary. This first one, the Treehouse Villas, that's a 2-bus solution. You have to take a bus from the tree houses back to the main resort, and then a bus from the main resort back to Magic Kingdom. And it's like the farthest resort away from Magic Kingdom as well. So whereas...
Well, I think the common thought is that Animal Kingdom's the furthest away. So I think that's the one I got wrong too. That's one I got wrong too. I just immediately hit Animal Kingdom. Didn't even think about Treehouse.
Yep. And then y'all did really well on the Liberty Bell question. And then Epcot has the most transportation options because you can walk, you can monorail, you can bus, you can boat, or you can Skyliner. So 5 different options there. And then the Bob Gurr question, you should have got that one if you watched Imagineering Story.
Yep.
And then 3 loops for the monorails. There's the resort loop, okay, that stops at all the resorts. There's the express loop, and then there's the Epcot loop. And then number 6 was interesting as well. I believe some of the boats to Wilderness Lodge are air conditioned, only like the really, really big ones. And so, okay. Kidani, we did really well on. We've covered that one. And then, you used to be able to see that airfield driving into Wilderness Lodge. It was there on the right.
And now they use it. They store like construction materials there all the time.
Yeah. Yep. So, okay. Well, I think we did pretty good there. Let's see what the crowd questions were from this one. So I think Christina said she was looking for Vero to park under the resort, but I didn't have that as an option. And so even Margita is saying about tough questions tonight. So and Casey says D-Money has to be Damon.
I was wondering that. I was wondering if D-Money was Damon. I had to find out.
Got it. And then Scott says I'm local, so the answer to every transportation question is my car. Yeah.
That's fair.
True that.
That's fair.
True that. And and then if you haven't flown in, if you've always driven, you probably wouldn't know the Magical Express one.
Yeah.
And so hard, but learning a lot. And
that's good.
Yeah. Pink and purple became teal and peach, if I remember that correctly from the research.
I believe you're right.
And yes, it's the longest ride. It's the longest ride because you've got to wait on a bus twice, or you've got to walk through the golf course to get there.
Now, is it the longest distance wise, or just because there's 2 buses?
It's because there's 2 buses, but it's right up there with the distance wise. Okay. Especially by the time you talk about all the distance of looping through the resort.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
There. So, and then
that was a tricky question. D-Money's. Oh, okay.
Yep. So nope. So we'll just have to figure out who he is. But great on us for that round. Let me come back in and just see how we're doing here. And let's do a mid game here on the team rankings.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see what the team rankings are.
I'll have to pull that back up. So let me come back into projector view again.
I'm over here carrying my team. I'm over here carrying my team. In the second round.
We'll do a mid game showing here and just check in on the multi game. And overall winning players so far: Megan, Micah, and Nancy. And then on team rankings.
Ooh, doing terribly. Come on, guys.
The geeks are like killing us here. Okay, but only by like an average of 2 questions per player.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. That's not that bad. You guys can rally a comeback here. You guys can definitely rally a comeback.
Get it together, people. I'm not putting out another podcast. It's some threatening.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you guys what. This next set of questions, I am not going to play music on. From experience tells us that this one is called Finish the Line. And these will not be easy, but it will help you if you start to sing the song mentally in your head. So what we had a lot of feedback from players saying, please don't play music because they had to turn it down. And so this one will just be complete silence as we go into this round so that you can start to sing these through your head or go through the lines. They're not all songs. Some of them are famous quotes in Disney World. So that being said and done, I wish you guys the best. Let's kick this off. All right. So, Tom, how'd you do that round? Hopefully quite a bit better. I mean,
No, incredibly poorly. Incredibly poorly. I think I ended in the 60s. You got me on the monorail question. I went a little too fast and hit the wrong. Por favor, mantengas de Alejandro de los Puertos. I did the wrong one. You mixed up the words. I went too quickly, and then I fat fingered another one of them. I pressed the wrong thing. So it just was a poor round overall. Really, just not good. Oh, terrible. Couple of those in there were a little tricky, Chad. You got me on those.
So let's see some of these comments here. It looks like Ariel liked my
I was hoping buns. A lot of people answered that one. I liked that one. I was hoping more people did that one.
And man, poor Jeff here. So because everybody did I think everybody did pretty well on this one, all things said and done. And even though Mandy's saying that she didn't, but I saw a lot of right answers there. Okay. And then Tony Ann was saying singing slowed down my reading way down. Okay. And then her dog, his name Tuppence. And so I actually had to look that up. Cool. I was like, well, I've sung it a million times, but it means 2 pence. 2 pennies.
I'll tell you which one I got immediately was the Frozen one, because I hear that in my house every day. So
because your daughter's doing that one, right?
Yeah, she does that. If you did some Moana ones, I think I know every word of every Moana song because that kid listens to Moana every day.
Gotcha. And then I did the Phil Collins one as a throwback to the guy who submitted that question for your podcast last week.
Yep. Had to tell between Phil Collins and Genesis. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Yep. And so, see, this is the stuff that I like. So Mike is saying his son Caleb did way better than his dad on that one. So
second place. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, Caleb's knocking out right there, 10 out of 10. And
that is impressive.
And then occasionally I hear that happening, Lindsay, that something just doesn't click in the timing, or you drop the wrong packets or something, but it's pretty rare. But occasionally it does happen. So I have heard of it. Maybe like every third or fourth night we hear that comment from somebody. But and then Marianne is saying that her daughter Katie rocked it as well. So
nice.
And Scott was saying, yeah, Ted last kept trying to sing.
That's hard. It's hard.
Because
then you like convince yourself. You convince yourself it's like, no, it's that line. No, it's definitely that line in my head, and then it's wrong. It's
well, to make it a little harder, I did pick either misrhyming ones, okay, or I came back in and put all the other lines from the same song in there, okay. And we did really.
You know which one? You know which one got me was the Pirates one. The Pirates one got me.
The Pirates one, I'm not going to lie, okay? I definitely had to look that one up because that's just something that you just go wah, 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 wah to, you don't know what they're singing. So
I don't know all the words to that. I mean, listen, I know the words to a lot of things at Disney. That's not one of them.
Yeah, so that one we didn't do so great on, and I think that was the worst performing question we had there. So everything else.
I think everybody just sings the yo ho part, right? Everybody just does the yo ho part, right?
Yeah. Yep. So, okay then. So let's move on over. It looks like Gina's got us warped over to game number 4. And so if you're just now joining us and you want to join in here, it's not too late. Every one of these questions is going to be worth 400 points to help people catch back up. So you'll go to crowd.live on a smartphone. And then you'll use the code REIMAGINED. You'll see down at the very bottom of the display there if you want to come back in and join this final round. And so let me come back in and load it up. And Tom, there are 11 questions on this particular round.
Good to know.
Yep.
I'm feeling confident about this one, Chad. I'm feeling good about this. It's going to be my comeback round.
Just a fair warning here. I did get into Disneyland on this one, and I did pull probably a third of the questions from Imagineering Story. So
All right,
at least.
okay. I'm in good shape.
Okay.
I'm in good shape here.
So I think you'll do okay here. So let me go ahead and cue up the music here, and we'll. So Scott's saying I should have put in Small World. No one listens to that song. Well,
that's true.
Just for you, Scott, I'll cue it up, the little knockoff version that I have, and we'll get this round started. So good luck, everybody. All right. Well, let's come back in. How'd you do that round, Tom?
Not as well as I would have liked. Now, given the very first two questions, I've completely fat fingered one of them, and then the second one, my phone was dimming, and I went to touch it for the screen to come back on, and it happened right as the question came up. So, and I got the wrong answer. So there was that, and then rocket rods. Okay, so I know it's called rocket rods. I saw rocket and just trying to be fast and hit the first one, and then I was immediately like, no. It's not rocket jets. It's rocket. Oh, I was so mad.
Yeah, there was one in there that we had to come back up in. And so congratulations to Margita, Tony, and Vicky on this round. So for a 40.
Wow, nobody got them all right, huh?
Yeah, nobody got them all right. So, but there were some tough questions in there. There were some definite tough questions in there. So let's come back in and start to take a peek at these real quick. Okay. Because some of them had some good talking points through it. Okay. And Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, that one was kind of a gimme. Okay. The second one, the Tiki room, is part of the song. Okay. Tropical Serenade was the original name for the Tiki room. So we kind of did that one. And then was a little shocked that the majority went false on the Disneyland question because their tank is extra magical over there. So she can definitely.
I've never actually seen what you're talking about. So I'm surprised I've never seen that.
Gotcha. Well, in Walt Disney World, our tank pretty much flies in a straight line. And over there during the fireworks show, she kind of comes back and forth and then raises and lowers. And she has fly a little bit better. She's not in such a hurry to get where she's going, I guess. Okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep. And then we nailed the Song of the South question. And then we did pretty well there. So Alien Encounter was across the way from it. Okay. So Delta Dream Flight, If You Had Wings, If You Could Fly, were all attractions built on the Omni movie from there. And then I had to give my buddy Damon a shout out in the answers here.
To his favorite ride at Disney.
To his favorite ride. Hopefully he got that one right. And I did have to.
A lot of people got that one wrong. Yeah. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I am as well.
Stupid Judy, guys. Stupid Judy. Come on.
Yeah. So
killing me here.
And let's see here. What was not an opening day attraction? I was really shocked everybody got that one right. The Main Street Electrical Parade was a day 2 attraction. It was not their opening night. It came up this very second day. So you guys did
not really gonna lie, I got that one wrong.
Okay.
I thought that was an opening day.
And then this one I was a little shocked at that so many people jumped on my Incredicoaster distractor because they did not pick up that roller coaster and move it.
They did not pick up a roller coaster and move it.
No. What they did was they took an attraction from Bugs Land, okay? And they rethemed it and they put it inside or near the end of the Incredicoaster at the far end loop of it. And so that one, you really had to know your Disneyland stuff to come back in and do that one. So I'm not going to lie. That one was a separate the sheep from the goats kind of a question. And then the rocket rods. Yes, and for everybody who doesn't know, rocket rods is the people mover there. They came back in and they like boosted them up for speed and all this other stuff, and they got them moving so fast and so much mass on top of the railway for people mover that it structurally damaged it to the point where they had to shut it all down. And they're still not sure that they'll ever fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, they were going through tires like crazy. It had to like go really fast and then slow down really fast because it didn't have any bank turns. It's a total mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was even surprised they showed footage of it in the Imagineering story. Yeah, I was kind of surprised they didn't talk about it, but they showed a little bit of footage of it.
Yep. And then this
as they were talking about failures.
Yeah, and then question 10 came straight out of Imagineering stories. Okay.
Yep.
And so that one was there. And then this last question came out of that as well.
11 did too, yeah.
Yep. So those all came out of Imagineering stories. So you guys did pretty good on that one. Let's see what comes back in. And So just some questions here. And so everybody's kind of, Gina says, I'm still bitter about the rocket rods. Yeah, I would have liked to have done People Mover there. Glenn saying, go mama. And then, wow, just wow. And this was a hard round, okay? This was a hard round.
It is.
Then Vicky says her Disneyland roots are showing. There's more people cheering on Margita. And Marianne, she's happy with 9 out of 11. So, okay. So she's normally a perfectionist, right? And some more cheering here, more cheering. And then, so Rihanna says, yikes, she missed question number 11. And yes, Yuli, there were a lot of points on these. We totally kicked it up. And, hard rounds tonight for sure. For sure. And normally we go a little bit easier on this. I like people to get at least a B. Okay. I think it's a little more fun when you do that. And then Samantha says she feels like I need to be a little bit faster at reading. Some of these people, I don't know how they do it, because some of them are beating me, and I wrote the dang questions if I was trying to.
See, that's my problem is I pick an answer too quick based on like the first thing I see. So I saw rocket and I was like, boom, that's it. But then it was rocket, whatever you call it, jets.
Yes. And so thank you so much, Yuli. Hopefully you enjoyed your round of play tonight. So she's been writing some questions for us as well. And we're always recruiting question writers. Okay. Always. We'll work with you and let you kind of know about how difficult they need to be and start to how to write them. We usually start off with the when, what, where, so that it's built for speed reading as well. So we've had to practice that quite a bit, and then Tony Ann says there's a great episode of Abandoned on YouTube about the People Mover rocket rods. And you know what, Tony Ann, I think what I'm going to start doing is if you guys could like the Mouse Perks page, I think I'm going to start just throwing out some interesting YouTube videos that you may or may not see come up on future Trivia Night questions. So if you want a little bit of a heads up, we'll be doing that as well. And Danielle, I would love to do that as well, but unfortunately that's just not something that this particular software lets us to do. I can put that in as a suggestion though, is that if you fat finger it, you can come back in and take the lower point value for whatever it is when you do it. Very much so.
That would have saved me quite a bit.
Yeah, that would have saved you quite a bit there.
Because I realized very quickly that I got them wrong. So
let's come back in and see how we're doing then, okay? So this was the player rankings on tonight's, on this final 4th round game, okay? And yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty evenly distributed there. So let's come back in and we'll first go to multi-game rankings for individuals. And congratulations, Tony Z. So Kaylin, Nancy, nice. Jen, Glenn, Margita, Holly, Megan, and Marianne. So yeah, you guys did really, really, really well tonight. Okay. And now if I come over here, I think if I do, yeah, let me kill this deal and it'll get a little bit, I can't kill that deal. I got to log back in. Hold on. I killed my control panel.
Oh.
So let me come back in here, and now let's come back in. Here's the official overall winning players on the pretty board. And then let me click this button, and let's get a drum roll, please. Right?
I got nothing.
You guys ready? Overall rankings for the team tonight.
Let's see.
The Geeks pulled it off. Okay.
We moved up a little. But
yeah,
not really.
So yay. Congratulations, everybody.
Disappointed in my listeners here.
And the Geeks pulled off another win. And then my DVC points team did pretty well as well. Okay. I mean, we got beat by 3 questions. Okay. But at least we scored tonight, because we don't normally score so well because they're normally not playing. It's all the question writers. But congratulations to the Disney Crushers. You guys hung in there, and the Welcome Homies. man, we're just going to have to cheer a little harder for you guys or write some easier questions or something along those lines.
It's a lot of their first time, so we just need to get used to it. It's cool.
Yep. Totally cool. And so let's start coming in here and going, yes. So way to go, Tony Ann. Yay, Geeks. Cheering for Tony Ann. Good job, Geeks. Good work, Geeks. And that's okay, Jody. So, and then Yuli says, yay, the My DVC Points team. We finally got on the board once. And so, yep. So that pretty much wraps it up for tonight. We will be back next Wednesday. And I don't think I guess the team's going to have to pick our questions tonight because we're going to self-host that one. And then I believe next Friday night, Mike Rallman is lined up. And I try to think about who after that. I've got an inquiry out to Jeff Barnes. I know he's going in for surgery. If you could keep him in for your thoughts and prayers from the wisdom of Walt. But I know he'll jump on this and just wow us with some Disneyland questions because he's written multiple books on the wisdom of Walt, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, PhD in history. So his questions will be amazing and we'll learn a lot from him if I can get him to come in. And that's about it. If anybody would like to write questions, we'd love to have you join the question writing team. The only thing you have to do is sit out, okay? And then we'll give you some pointers on how to write questions and work with you on that. And that's pretty much it. If you guys could like, subscribe, follow to the Mouse Quiz page, that would be awesome. And we'll start throwing up some YouTube videos midweek to give you guys a little bit of a heads up as to what's coming in. So, Tom, thank you so much for coming in tonight. And hopefully Damon made it tonight.
He probably went to sleep like 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's like he can't hang a whole podcast episode without peacing out. So I'm sure he peaced out by now. But
thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Tom. And thanks, everybody, for joining in. And we hope to see you back Wednesday night. Have a great night, everybody. Good night.